And sometimes you have an issue and you go, because you know what, Sean, and he tries to fix it.
Oh.
He demanded that I undress my shirt and I refused. I said, no, I don't want to. But he was like, but you have to. You've been wearing this shirt all day.
Why are we treating going into parenthood as if it's not another major chapter in your life? That you take who you are with you and the lessons that you learned with you as you also navigate parenthood.
Oh, helwa. I want to give the last part of this conversation some room.
Relationships.
Because when I searched online on Google and to ask what women want from relationships, it came back with women generally want men to be caring, attentive partners who treat them with respect. Key things are open communication, shared values, mutual support. It's not about grand gestures, but it's more about being emotionally present day to day. That's all very nice and well and good. I then went down to the next result, the second result on this Google search. The second search said affection. Women need affection. They don't just want it, they need it. Conversation. Women need conversation, not just a quick question and answer session, but deep conversation. Honesty and openness. Don't tell another woman what you haven't told your wife. I mean, so far, so good. Number 4, financial support. And then number 5, family commitment. So, I mean, this is right there. If you put in, what do women want from relationships? It's right there. We're going to talk about sex in a second. But right now, we're going to talk about relationships. I was extremely disappointed that was the perception. Because this is what, if somebody say, if you guys are going on Google to search for what women want, let me tell you, you might be a bit misled. Some of that is right. What is right? What is wrong? What do we want from relationships? We're talking about intimate relationships here.
I think it's kind of the overarching theme is that we want to be heard, right? We want to be listened to. We want to be understood.
I have something funny to say about that.
Yeah, go on.
When you finish. Carry on.
No, I think that's kind of it. I think that's like such a massive part of it. You just want somebody who really sees you and who understands you.
I mean, my whole marriage failed because I felt I wasn't seen. But like my relationship now with Sean, who's like 14 years younger than me.
Go, girlfriend. Sorry.
So you know
sorry,
how,
can I just do this? You went, who's 14 years younger than me?
So when I want to, like, you know how, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very like, like
Relatable. Yeah.
You know, I'm just, and sometimes you have an issue and you go, because you know what, Sean, and he tries to fix it.
Oh.
And I look at him, okay, so you got it. And I'm like,
Of course.
No. And he goes, so why are you telling me? I'm like, I don't want you to fix it. I want you to just listen.
Yeah.
No, I can't listen and not fix it. But that's a
the
man
inherent
thing.
difference
It is,
between
I
men
think.
and
So
women.
now I am
It is, I
teaching
think.
him. So now I teach and I tell him, okay, just want you to listen. Just want you to listen.
Yeah.
Don't need your feedback. Just
Yeah.
So let's go. So but that's really, you know,
Yeah.
because-
You're not looking to him for a solution. You just
No.
want him.
But that's
want
the
to feel
inherent-
understood. Don't
But
you?
they can't understand it. He's like, so
Oh,
why are you telling me? I want to fix it for you. Like, no, just listen. Okay, fine, I'm calling Andreana. I give up. Stop it. But it's true, isn't it? I don't know about
I
you
think
guys.
so.
I mean, there are times where I say, I'd like your opinion on this.
Then that's the
And
go
that's
ahead.
okay.
Yeah, that's all
Let's try
right.
and fix it. But if I come and I complain, all I want you to do is just say, really? Yeah.
I'm a woman and I need you to do some stuff for me sometimes, like, the gas thing, which I can do by myself, by the way. But
No,
it's
that's
nice.
the thing,
It's
that's
nice.
the
It's
thing.
refreshing. It's the sense of relief that just you
Okay, let me ask
literally
you,
sink into this feminine energy.
Let me ask you this, because we all just reacted massively to that. And I know that that's something that has been a new experience for me, because I would be the one, and I'm still learning this, I would be the one that would carry the gas tank. I would be the one that would do. And where does that come from? Is that just because you don't want to have to rely on someone else, or is that, what is
because
that?
you're this independent person that you know that asking for help is going to be like you're going to get some negative, like
because life gives you no choice, right?
You do it yourself. It's easier to do it yourself. You learn to become so independent, not to depend on him, her, for anything.
Because the people along the way, they're not dependable.
Yourself.
That's
You
why.
do it yourself. Because then it will be like, but I helped you with this and I did that. You get it thrown back. So your weaknesses, whether they are physical or emotional or whatever, at some point or other, they're going to get thrown back at you.
Exactly.
So you don't show it.
Exactly.
So you do everything yourself, and you become this,
Super hyper independent woman.
Yeah, and then you have to learn to actually ask for help, and it's okay.
We had a show. I just want to throw this one in because I was thinking about this whilst each of you are speaking, and we'll come back to these different elements in a second. I want to come to this kids thing in a moment as well. But I want to go back to something that was said on a show that we had a couple of weeks ago, and the show was called Women Transforming the Negative into the Positive. And it was said at the table, and it described me so perfectly, and this is something I really struggle with, that I would be the person who wouldn't want to put on to my husband, I can't cope. I'm having a day where I literally can't cope, but I don't want him
To burden him.
to have to, I want to have to ask him to do anything. But then I harbor all this resentment because I'm doing it myself.
Codependency.
So I have to learn to say, hun, you know what? I did it last night. Hun, I'm working until 11 o'clock tonight. Is there any chance that you can cook? Exactly. And then I turn around and I go, no, forget it. It's okay. I'll find a way. And then I'm angry at myself because I actually negated that. And he's just like, just ask me to cook. Just ask me. And I caught myself. He said to me, let me know what you want me to buy on the way home from the supermarket. And I was angry with him that he couldn't think for himself. And then I said, no, Trudy, you are getting wound up in this. He just asked you, what do we need to get from the supermarket?
To help you.
To help. And the minute that you said about this helping and the opening a car door or driving,
Carrying the water.
I'm actually a better driver than my husband. He will admit that. So we struggle for that in different reasons. But yes, carrying the water or something like that. And we all just went, oh. But haven't we all in the past been given a hard time for needing help?
For sure.
What we see, the thing is, even society, I mean, here in Malta, I mean, I don't know, but I was also brought up in the way, like, I've always seen my mom do everything. Nothing wrong with that, but it's a cycle. You find it very hard to break. I mean, I have a very, very strong mom. I mean, she does pretty much everything. And I've always seen her growing up, being the man, the woman, every kind of person. And she done it all. So I was brought up thinking that, that's how you have to be. And yes, and it's funny that we're saying this. Sometimes my partner would say, man down, because he's man down. He says it. It's funny. He's going to be laughing right now. Man down.
Man down.
Because at the beginning of our relationship, I was this very, very strong. Yes.
And you're physically strong as well.
Yes, also. Yes.
And we've also got...
So I have no problem carrying the water. And it's not about me carrying the water. It's about the gesture of having someone doing it for you. Knowing full well that you can do it by yourself. But they're there for you to,
Sue said something right at the very beginning about being an alpha. And I would say that there's probably quite a lot of alpha at the table. Yes. And that idea of manning down, I love that phrase. That is so cool. I really like that. I'm not sure that feminists would agree, but we'll just move on. I want to come to a question of unless anybody else has Sarah's looking at me.
No, because I was actually going to kind of pinpoint something that is from the male perspective. So, for example, I cook a lot. I'm always cooking. I'm always looking into what everyone's eating, preparing for everyone. There are days when I'm exhausted. Like this week was a jam-packed week full of filming.
Take care and nourish your body with pure, ethical organic vitamins and supplements. Browns, empowering wellness by prioritizing your health.
Whether for a moment of disconnection, a complete body-mind reset, or a bonding time together, book online stress-free at Myoka.com. Complimentary spa facilities on every visit. Periods are part of the game, but they don't have to throw you off your game. Try new Always Platinum for up to 100% leak protection, faster absorption, dry feel, and it's more cushiony, so you can focus on your game. It's a new period, always.
The bento boxes, don't stop on the bento boxes, you know.
Stand it. Like, I got a sandwich.
Bento boxes. No. I just went to school with one sandwich.
Yes.
You know, whether
One
it was
sandwich. My mom did chuck in like a couple of celery sticks and stuff. But, you know, like what you get like Facebook groups now. Of like, you know, what moms post.
Oh my God.
This is the good thing about living in the UK, because the children get lunches at school.
Oh my word.
Which I think should be done, by the way, all around, because
Me too.
it just children will eat better when they're all eating the same thing.
Exactly. Exactly. But the bento boxes drives me nuts.
Is the bento boxes the one?
and the
different compartments. of,
with the fruit
with the sandwiches
and
in
it
the
has to
shape of Mickey Mouse, and then a hard cut-out strawberries.
But each like little compartment has, this one is like dairy, vegetables, fruit.
How many children out of 100 would eat?
Look, my kids, my eldest is quite good with food and likes her fruit, and it's fine. Give her one strawberry in her lunchbox and it will come back. But then she'll eat a punnet after school. So I say, why am I even feeling pressured to put? I don't care who judges me. I don't care what the teacher thinks. I don't care what the other moms think. I don't care what her friends think. I tell her, what do you want to eat? You know, because I'd rather she just eat. I mean, anyway, it's such a short day in Malta, the school day. So it's like, as long as she has her breakfast, she'll be fine. And she'll make up for it when she comes fine. But all you're seeing on social media is, you can't even buy a simple lunchbox
So
anymore.
irritating,
You know, it's all 6 million compartments. And what the heck do I put in that, you know? And it's just like, why am I
Like
being...
even double decker, you know?
Exactly. And it's like all this pressure. Why? For them to survive from 8 o'clock till 1:30. It's like they're going to live if they just have a piece of white bread, you know, or even like a handful of crisps. It's fine. They're kids. They're going to manage.
65% of heterosexual women orgasm during sex. There is a huge gap there. So where are we going wrong? Because as women, do we know what we want? Do we not know what we want? Can we not talk about it with our partners? Do they know what we want? And for every man that's watching, we're going to tell you what we want.
How much time?
Yeah. So that's the camera. Carlo, isma. Listen. No, because it's really an uncomfortable, but shouldn't be an uncomfortable topic. Like, I hate the fact that I cannot talk about sex with my husband because he feels weird.
I think he feels awkward.
And I don't understand, because at the end of the day, I want to pleasure him and he wants to pleasure me. That's the end goal.
Yeah.
But I do feel that it shouldn't be, you know, something abnormal.
It may be his upbringing, maybe because that's
maybe, and I can't change his character in reality.
What it comes from, you know, maybe feeling a bit awkward talking about it. So maybe you can try really slowly, you know.
I literally get shut down, like literally. But again, I never stopped trying because I think it's important, and maybe sometimes he'll give in. But I think it's so important to understand how everyone likes different types of sex. Like for me, sex is not in the bedroom only. Sex starts...
my.
Ne, ma vera. Like sex.
She put the sexy voice on.
I don't even have one, as if. But again, for me, sex starts from the morning, like from how you speak to me, like from how you literally lured me in to say, you know what?
Yeah.
you are an amazing guy, and yes, I want you, you know?
Yeah,
Those little things, like even
That's
just
the
a toast
thing.
in the morning might turn me on.
Yeah, yeah.
you
Well,
know?
it's again somebody
weird,
paying
but-
attention to you and listening to you and contributing to the day to day, and that's just kind of sexy,
makes it
isn't it? It gets
all
you in the mood. It gets you in the mood, and that's the thing. Like I think for a lot of women, it's not just about like sort of flipping the switch. I mean, not for everybody, but for a lot of us, I think it kind of takes a little bit of time to sort of get to that.
And there's different types of
place.
sex, because there's like the fun sex, the emotional attachment, and the drunk sex as well, you know? So like, it depends. They're all different. They're all different scenarios. You just need to hit the nail on it, you know, how to end goal.
End goal from
End goal.
Valentina Rossi. I have to tell you, I mean, it does change as you get older. It's now being understood that sex for women, once you've hit 40, 45 plus, is much less spontaneous and more responsive. And that's where that comes in. Like the toast in the morning, the setting it up. I mean, men, sorry, but you got to think a little bit earlier in the day rather than... and really interesting, actually, Mel Robbins had a show on this, the podcaster, and her guest said that don't leave sex until the very last thing in the day, because it's very good chance that it's not gonna happen, because everyone's tired. And for me, I have to say, you saying it's not just about in the bedroom, I love hotel rooms. I'm so glad I married a hotelier, because I love
How
I
convenient.
something about I know, isn't it great?
Of course.
But there's something about that, and there's something
It's
Exciting. Go on.
okay, with regards to don't leave sex to the end of the day, 100% agree. Do not go on the dinner date thinking then that you
As
might have
if-
sex after.
Yeah,
you have
when
sex
you're
before.
bloated, when you've had too
Yeah,
much
yeah,
to
you-
drink,
you
have
have
to
sex
get
first
home and
meal,
take your
Mela.
Before, exactly. After the meal, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's funny how that's considered to be such a romantic thing to do,
Movies.
but then when you
I mean,
Movies.
unless you're going to really eat
very light, you need to
nuts.
be-
I never spoke about sex with any of my other partners / husbands / boyfriends. Then I started, let's talk about sex. And I was like, I'm doing something really wrong here. And that's when I said, right, next relationship, if he's not going to talk about sex, I'm out. And thankfully, I am with somebody who feels comfortable enough to speak to me about sex, because I think it is extremely important to understand what the other person needs, what the other person wants. We joke about it. But I think the biggest trick with any woman to have great sex is that the man needs to make the woman feel like she is the ultimate goddess. When he looks at you in a certain way, when he adores you in a certain way, when he is so in awe of you, and that makes you feel so good about yourself, you are going to perform at 100%. You're going to be happy. He's going to be happy. And you're both going to be happy.
Yeah.
How many times do you sleep with a man and you can tell that it's like you're just number... Does it make you feel... Does that equals good sex? No, you've gone through the movements, you've done it, but...
Yeah,
The emotional attachment to it.
It's
not exciting. It's not as exciting.
It's not... okay, of course there's emotion, you know, but when you've been with someone for a long time, sex is not just for the... Sometimes it is, but many times it's just really... I itch you, you itch me, we're having fun. You know, it's a need. It's a need. We both need it. We both want it. But to me, when he looks at you and he makes you feel so good about yourself, am I lying?
No.
If a man makes you feel great,
because this is what these ladies have both said, whether it's making toast or whether it's a comment or whether it's a message or whether it's a...
And that's interesting, because that also comes down to confidence, doesn't it? That's why men love confident women, because they can kind of sense that when you get to the bedroom, you know, you're not going to be holding back. You're not going to be going, I don't want to do it in this position because of my tummy. I don't want you to see this. I don't want to, you know, those insecurities that a lot of people have, and maybe, you know, as you get older, you kind of tend to sort of grow into those a little bit more. But it comes down to confidence, doesn't it? That gives you the confidence that you're like, damn, I'm hot
But
shit.
a man will help you reach that confidence level.
Exactly.
And if
It's
he
kind of
doesn't,
like
it's not going to be.
it's a
You're not going to
dance,
feel less
isn't it?
confident
Yeah,
in the bedroom.
absolutely.
So I hate it when he doesn't notice that I don't come at me, okay? Do my nails or maybe do my hair because he's not noticing me enough. So if he's not noticing me
of course
enough,
he has to notice.
But again,
at
speak to
11
men.
p.m. last night, I called him. Hey, you. I told him, come here. I was what? I said, look at me. And he goes, oh, your hair. You did your hair yesterday. I mean, I don't boss him around. Yes, I do. But
I'm not sure about that after this podcast.
No. But
I
he's
love
a
it.
great guy. No, Sean is an absolute darling. So.
But that's the thing, these things, if they go on.
But we're joking, okay? When I say
Yes.
Yeah, but that's it. But that's
Still,
also
it's
it,
little
though,
things.
isn't it? It doesn't always have to be heavy.
No.
It's that playfulness, that lightheartedness that I think so many relationships, especially in the day to day, you know, it kind of like things can drag you down, things get, you know, and that's not very sexy, is it? But that kind of like having that sort of playfulness that you said, you know, that you can kind of like tease a little bit, that you have that kind of joy. And that translates to the bedroom, I think.
I have learned one thing through the SHE Word. Well, I actually learned a lot of things about sex through the SHE Word. And it has...
I love that little smirk.
And one of those things that I've learned, and for me, the first time in this relationship that I'm in now, is this communication thing. And what I've learned is, it's incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult because, and the language that you use when you're talking about sex is incredibly important. These are not my words. This is Anna Catania and also Nicola Falzon. So a lot of people, a lot of men and women feel threatened. You don't do this for me, or I need more of this. And it's suggesting that there's lacking in the other person. And that's not it at all. And what they have suggested, and I think is a great idea, is to have a date where you talk about, or make an appointment to talk about sex. And to say, okay, we're not going to do it in our house. We're not going to do it in familiar surroundings. We're going to make an occasion. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk about this in unfamiliar surroundings. And we're going to make sure that we're on the same wavelength and we're there for the same reason. I have to say, it's...
Valentina.
Mental notes. When is the date going to happen? Yeah.
but it could be you go out for dinner, but you're out of your natural environment so that nobody can get up and walk off. You put your phones down and you give it that attention that it deserves. Because rightly so, and we've all said around this table, the one thing that we want is we want to feel special. We want to feel confident. We want to feel as if we are the most important person right there in that room. And that is sexy. I don't just say one thing, and I keep talking to camera throughout this, but one thing I find a complete and utter turn off, and I think I could probably speak for many, many women, is scrolling. When he's sitting there and this is more important than this.
Oh no, but that's a no-go. What?
Exactly.
He's next
I'm
to
not
you.
saying that Adrian does that at all.
But that's interesting because I have noticed, having been out for dinner with you and Adrian before, that you're very good with that, about no phones at the table and so on. But
I'm emphatic about that.
Yeah, but it's very
picky about that.
interesting. See, that to me, that's not. I'm not that bothered about that. It doesn't bother me that much.
But if you're in a bedroom scenario.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's
okay. You know what I'm saying? If you're heading towards the bedroom,
so it's kind
or
of
in Valentina's case, where
the quality time moments. Yeah, you don't want the distraction.
We don't want this. This I find completely unsexy, and this is. But it comes down to feeling special.
In what scenario, however? I mean, I hope you're not walking to go and have sex, and he's like,
No. I'm not.
Maybe it's research. What move?
I mean.
No, I think, but that applies to not just partners, that applies to anyone. If if we were sitting at this table and one of you picked up the phone and was doing this, we'd know that they're not interested.
Yeah, that's true.
You're
And
not
with friends
interested
as well, you do feel that as well.
Oh dear Lord above.
No.
I think we could talk for ages, but I am going to bring this to a close because I want to kind of wrap. We've talked about so much, and I feel like we could come back and do this show over and over again. But there's been some really amazing things. I'm definitely taking away this therapy thing. This is stuck in my head. I really was blown away by that.
After taking me to my bed, he he demanded that I undress my shirt because I was still wearing my work shirt. And I refused. I said, no, I don't want to. But he was like, but you have to. You've been wearing this shirt all day. So he went to my bathroom and he got my PJ and he took off my shirt and he took off my bra and he helped me to wear the PJ, my shirt. And okay, I was screaming, but nothing came out. Nothing came out. And I was so tired. I was so that feeling. That then he turned off the lights, and I was like, okay, he's gonna make his way out. But no, he came to my bed, and he went inside my bed, and I just froze. I said, okay, this is not happening. I'm just going to sleep, and I slept. And in the early hours of the day, of the next day, I feel him touching me, and he put his junk in my mouth, and I was still trying to keep myself from not opening my eyes, just so that I can act out that I'm still sleeping, because he's a huge man. He is a huge man. He's bigger than me. How else am I going to defend myself? So I froze, and he then eventually raped me. He went on top of me, and he raped me in simple terms. And then I opened my eyes because I was like, okay, this can't go any further. I couldn't scream because there was no one at home, so who else was going to hear me? If I fought for my life, what was I going to do? I'm in my house. I'm in my safe place. What else am I supposed to do? So I genuinely froze. But then I stood there, staring at him on top of me, still on top of me, and he was so kind. He was like, Emma, it's okay. Nothing is happening. Just go back to sleep.
Ideal Standard, celebrating 90 years of success in the local market, exclusively from Satariano.
What do those hormones do? What do these hormones do? Because then we can understand why we're missing them.
Mari?
Yes, so estrogen. We start with estrogen.
Yeah.
So estrogen is the hormone that comes in the first part of our cycle, right? So day one is the day that we bleed. And then estrogen starts building and it reaches its peak at ovulation. So you get estrogen is going to release an egg. Now, estrogen, it's not just that it does. I like to call her the diva. I like to call
the
diva hormone.
Yes, I like to call. Let's say progesterone and estrogen are twin sisters, right?
Okay.
So estrogen is the extrovert, and progesterone is the introvert.
Nice. I like this too.
Okay, so let's start with the diva. So why is she the diva? Because when she's coming in and she's building at the front half of the cycle and she peaks around ovulation time, she brings in with her a whole host of neurotransmitters.
Okay, what's the nutrient? Okay.
So these are messengers, chemical messengers in the nervous system for the brain. Okay, so she brings in like serotonin, which makes you happy, dopamine, which motivates you, acetylcholine. Exactly. So
You want to hang out with this diva.
Yes, it makes our brain sharper, right? And plus, it brings in oxytocin as well, which is a hormone that makes you feel connected. It's the love hormone. So oxytocin, estrogen is bringing in all these with her.
Making a T-shirt of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's the diva, right? So that's estrogen. Okay. Now progesterone starts building in the second half of the cycle. Now progesterone is the introvert. She's the sweet, soft sister, right? So she starts building and she peaks around day, say, 19, 20 till the end of the cycle. And when she peaks, she's preparing for the uterine lining to be shed. Okay. Now the thing with progesterone and estrogen, they have different personalities, right? So they have different lifestyle needs. So progesterone, she wants us to slow down. She wants us to eat more carbs. That's why we have those cravings. Yes.
I like estrogen, but I'm done.
Yes. While estrogen, she doesn't like a lot of glucose. She wants us to be insulin sensitive. So they're different, and they have different personalities, and they do different things. So that's basically estrogen and progesterone. Now testosterone, she only comes in.
Oh, I like that she's a she.
She's a she.
She's a she. They're all she. Testosterone. She's the one that gives us our libido, gives us our motivation, and she comes in only in one part of the cycle, which is ovulation.
Ovulation, of course.
Of course, exactly.
Hang on,
the horny hormone.
The horny hormone.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's not only libido. She gives us motivation. She gives us drive. So when in perimenopause we are losing these hormones, it's obviously affecting our drive,
everything.
Yes.
Can I dive in there and ask about the introverted sister? Because I also know that progesterone is also responsible relating to muscle mass and not just testosterone. I mean, it's a very complicated makeup, isn't it? They haven't just got those jobs. They have other jobs as well. And I assume that's when they all work together.
Yes, estrogen is responsible to keep your joints how can I say, supple? Yes. There's a lot these hormones do.
Murray, and that is because you keep mentioning this evil, sinister cortisol. But we do know that when you head into perimenopause, just as you mentioned, this down, this kind of depression and lethargy and so on and so forth hit you. It hits everyone.
Yes.
Let's talk about this psychologically and talk about cortisol, because psychologically there's a lot of challenges going on. You have to face the fact that your body is heading into a new era. And I think for a lot of women, and for me, I thought I could outrun it. I thought I was going to beat this one. And I had to then say, okay, no, Trudy, you're not going to, because no woman can outrun this one. And I think this is where we've had a lot of shame, a lot of embarrassment. Women are aging. It's the change. And it means that that fertility era of a woman is over. And that's already a lot to deal with. And then we've got cortisol. Tell me about this. What's happening psychologically? What's happening psychologically in perimenopause and menopause?
The thing with cortisol is it's not the enemy, right? It's the body's way of reacting to stress. It's in the past, when we were in the caves, it was the hormone of flight or fight. So if there was a tiger or whatever, you get stressed, you get cortisol, and you run, right? So nowadays what's happening is we're stressed with other things, be it you're scrolling, you're watching news or work, and your body produces cortisol because you're stressed. But the brain doesn't know that you're not being chased by a lion, right? So it expects you to move, but we're not moving.
Yeah. It makes sense.
right? So then it gets stored as belly fat.
If we got up and ran away from our scrolling,
Yeah, when you're stressed,
actually filter out.
you have to use it. It's the movement. Yes,
It's important.
yes.
Yay.
And then
That makes, I didn't know this
I didn't
at
know
all,
this.
at all. But
Sorry,
it should
recap,
become a
recap.
knowledge, this one.
Right. I mean, this is because this
Shouldn't
is
be.
this is lifestyle. This is hang on a
Yes.
second.
You stress, you feel it. Yes.
Yes,
Jittery.
and
Like,
also-
that's why jittery, yeah.
Move and
and this is what's tanking our hormones more than they should be, because most women, right, in their 30s and their 40s, they're juggling a lot of things. They have kids, they have family, they have a full-time job. In your 30s, you can deal with it. Then you come in screeching in your 40s, you know?
Screeching.
Exactly. Rushing women syndrome. And you're depleted.
You have that. I'm the rushing woman with
yeah.
the hair going back like that.
The adrenals are constantly making cortisol, and it's not only the adrenals, there's DHEA, which is the precursor. For
No, you're gonna need to break this one
Okay,
down
so
because I'm still
there's-
back with the adrenals right now.
Okay, so you have DHEA, which is a chemical that's the precursor for cortisol, progesterone, and testosterone. So it gets used up, and first goes cortisol. So if you're stressed, DHEA is being used up to make cortisol. So a little is left to make
So
progesterone.
like you're having ingredients and first you're building
Exactly.
cortisol. So we have this, I don't
Exactly.
know, a lump and first
Yes.
we manufacture cortisol. Right. Now
Yes.
I'm getting it.
Yes.
And then.
So this is one of the reasons why women are going into perimenopause early.
Oh, goodness me.
Okay, and also with a lot of symptoms.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Mind blown.
Yeah. So yes.
So let me recap on this and let me see if I've got this right. So I'm talking very, very basically here so that I can
Keep up.
translate it.
Mhm.
Back in the day, when we sat in caves and were chased by tigers,
Yeah.
the cortisol would be what would trigger a fight or flight. But in order to process that cortisol, we would get up and we would run or we would actively move.
Yes.
But because now our fight or flight is being triggered by maybe even scrolling or watching the news whilst we're stationary,
Yes.
there's no way to process this cortisol. So it's actually sitting within our body because we're not processing it out, which means it's hitting the hormones, depleting our estrogen, progesterone, testosterone.
Progesterone, testosterone,
Serotonin?
Serotonin,
because that also comes from the adrenal
because
gland.
then there's another thing. There's a hormonal hierarchy, right?
Ooh.
So
Of course,
So-
there is. Why not?
so basically, you have, because hormones don't work in silo. They're
Silo meaning?
alone.
Okay.
They affect each other.
Okay.
Okay, and some are more powerful than others.
Ooh. Which are the bad
So
boys?
you have, it's not bad. It's
Oh, I
just,
mean, like,
yeah,
big
it's
boys
like,
then.
yeah, oxytocin is one of the most powerful.
And this one
that's
does
the love
what?
hormone.
Ooh.
Connection. It's the one that's released during labor. It helps us release milk during breastfeeding. It's the love hormone.
Cuddling will
Cuddling,
produce
yes, yes,
oxytocin.
yes.
Nice. I like this one.
And after is cortisol.
Okay.
And underneath it is insulin, and underneath is the sex hormones and the thyroid hormones. So cortisol is at the top. So when you have a lot of cortisol, it's going to affect insulin, and then insulin affects the sex hormones underneath.
Wow.
So one of the ways where I'd like women to know, going in, starting their 40s, going to perimenopause, is these things, is one, to lower and manage stress.
That's a
It's
good
very
one.
important.
Yeah.
Something about the way you bounce makes me want to keep you around my mind. My mind. Something about the way you sound shakes me up and makes me get down on my.
Welcome to Maison Perrier. Discover Maison Perrier Chic and enjoy our new non-alcoholic cocktail range. Maison Perrier. Enjoy our new sophisticated mocktails.
Dercos, recommended by dermatologists. Anti-hair loss protocol. A concentration of aminexil in a scalp treatment to reduce hair loss by 29%. and in a stimulating shampoo to boost volume by 48%. A potent synergy for hair 3 times stronger. Anti-hair loss protocols by Dercos, the dermatological scalp and hair expert.
Tez. Go!
Without being rude, but I genuinely don't want to sound rude as I say this, okay? But if you got a part of you and locked it in a cupboard, mux ovvja you're going to struggle.
Yes.
What are you expecting? That all of a sudden you're surprised that you're in a shape, in a shell that you can't recognize? Mux ovvja, if you literally got yourself and locked her in a cupboard.
Yes.
She don't lock her anywhere. You bring her center and you leave her where she is. And you go through your next chapter with you as you. She doesn't go anywhere. She comes with you. You built her from scratch, man. She took you through childhood. She took you to your teenagers. She doesn't go anywhere. She doesn't belong in the cupboard. She comes with you on this journey and she... Sorry, can I say fucked up?
Yes.
She fucks up when you fuck up. She's with you. She's not a she, she's you, guys.
Yeah.
But you're speaking from a place of maturity.
My watch went off to relax, man. I get it, okay, but I don't relate to what you're saying at all.
So how were the first, let's say, 3 months of your child's life?
Pause a bit.
Yes.
Is this the only change you've had in your life? Did your life not change when you yourself went abroad, packed up your life in Malta and moved?
Yeah.
Did you close Malta, Nerissa, and put her in a cupboard? No. You took her with you to the UK. Did you not have this massive change when you finally graduated? You threw your hat in the air and you're like, yep, what happens now? What job am I going to find? Did you not have an issue with your identity then? You didn't close her in a cupboard. You took her with you with your degree you worked your ass off for. And you went and you looked for jobs and you went through that chapter. When you have your husband, now your kids, why are we treating, sorry, but let's just fucking say it. Why are we treating going into parenthood as if it's not another major chapter in your life? That you take who you are with you and the lessons that you learned with you as you also navigate parenthood. We do it for every other major, what's the word I'm looking for? Major milestone in our lives. Why do you, sorry, I did not.
Okay.
And I don't say that with any, it came across as that, but why would you?
Oh, helwa. Or I get someone saying, Yeah. And I'll say something. So, for instance, I used to say it on the radio. I'd give out all the road names. And I would say, Tritishut. I might speak to a Maltese person. I'll say, it's off Tritishut. And they'll be like, I'll say Tritishut. My Maltese husband will say Tritishut. And they're like,
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just
I
said
still
Tritishut.
haven't understood what you're trying to say.
Tritishut.
Tritishut. You like Tritishut?
Tritishut. Down Tritishut. Yeah.
And then somebody else I might say something in Maltese and they'll be like,
Our road.
Prosit. Imma mush taiba ush. Hazin. And they'll tell me that my Maltese is completely and utterly wrong. And as an English person, we just shut down.
Yeah.
We shut
Or
down.
when they laugh
I know,
at you.
I love it because Denise is looking at me going,
like this.
What the hell is she
trying
saying?
to I mean, I can hear the words, what you're trying, but putting them in a sentence, you're really bad.
There you go. She's honest.
And this is why I don't have friends.
You and I are friends for life.
This is why I don't have any friends.
This will be Denise's last podcast on the SHE Word.
Never to appear again. But it
Very
is
honest.
culturally, it is difficult, and it's not just the language. It is the nuances, and there is, I think, another thing that is for me very important is that in English, as an English person, there is a whole undercurrent of language that most foreigners, even when they speak English, don't understand. How do we know when it's time to invest and push that further? Because we have to say that friendships are so insanely important to each of us, particularly as women, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think it's what we were talking about in the beginning, energy, right? Energy you're giving, the energy that you're getting back, the timing in your life. I think all of these things tied together. Right? So you do have friends for a season, reason for life, yes. But then that's when timing and proximity and energy come into play too. It's like it's a combination of everything. For me, I don't know. I feel like I know when it's I just think time to give up on someone, and when someone's worth my energy. And
but you did
again going back to being flexible and not taking things too personally either.
And you also said it's about what you get back. And I think that is incredibly important.
I would say the person you are when you're with them, who they make you,
How they make you
how they
feel.
make you feel, and who they help you transform into.
Yeah.
Sort of.
So what is that
Gold.
you are like the result of the 5 people that you surround yourself
Because obviously,
with.
like
That
you
you could
said,
be completely
you are,
yourself, basically, with these persons.
yes, and because we are all easily influenced.
Oh, yeah.
And
100%.
you adapt to whoever you're with. It's very natural to do so. So if you're with a group of friends, or you're with a friend and they're alcoholics and they eventually turn you into one, I say that's where you have to draw the line.
Sure.
Because I'm giving an example, they're not making you a better person.
Yes.
No.
So I guess who you become, whoever you're friends with, is very important.
It's true though, isn't it? It's like some friend groups, we can be a clown. Some groups we can be shallow and we can be introvert. Some groups we can feel confident, we can feel safe. That is amazing, that to analyze who we are when we are around that friendship group. Who are we, the best version of ourselves?
But that also goes to energy and what you're getting back from them.
Absolutely. But it also...
the judgment, because like if you're fully yourself in front of some people that like your crazy side, let's say, and they're a bit judgmental, you think, all right, they're the friends that I need to calm down a little bit in front of, or something like that. So
this also leads me on to the final question before I ask you for your closing thoughts. Do you agree that we underestimate the value of friendship? Do you agree that we don't? I mean, it took us 6 seasons to sit down to have this show.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Why do we underestimate how important friendship is?
Yeah.
I think that people don't give importance or priority to investment in their, well, as we're talking about now as we get older, right? We talked already about when we were young. I think as we get older, we tend to give less priority to our friendships. It's very easy to settle into our comfort zones, whether it's, being in a relationship, whether it's, it's Friday night and we just don't feel like going out. We just want to be on the sofa and do nothing and, not reach out and not make the effort. It's easy to opt out of plans. It's easy to cancel and not show up. Whereas if we had a work meeting or, some other sort of commitment, we're going to be there for it. So I think, in my opinion, friendships are critical to our happiness in life.
And this one school I couldn't make because I was traveling to Germany at the time to record something. Wow. And I actually called and said, listen, I can't make it. Please make sure you tell the kids because it's not on, you just don't turn up. I've never done that in my life. I don't turn up somewhere. Not even like on a date I don't want to go on. So just to explain myself, okay? You see, my over-explaining?
It's clear.
Yeah. It's clear. And this idiot doesn't tell the kids, and then like this other idiot comes up to me who used to work at that school and says, what did you do? The kids were so upset, it's really not on what you did to them. And I was like, listen, dude, I didn't do that. I was very clear like that I couldn't make it, So that kind of stayed with me for a while. And I felt like I had to kind of justify why I can't make it here, I can't make it there.